stay experience, shopping experience. Wow,
Yeah,
you know,
premium
it's like
outlet as well.
yes. Welcome back to Hospitality Asia channel on HAPA TV. I'm Jennifer Ong, and we're here today with Lawrence Paul, Assistant General Manager of Zouk Club and RedTail at Resorts World Genting. And today we're going to talk a little bit about Zouk Club, as you know, clubbing scene, and RedTail, apparently a gaming club. Interesting. Let's find out more. Hi, Lawrence.
Hi, Jenny.
Thank you very much for making a trip from Genting. Did you come from Genting or you were here?
I was in KL actually. I was in KL.
Okay, right. Yeah, thank you very much for making time to come here. So before I ask you a little bit more about Zouk and RedTail, I just want to know what happened in the, how was the journey like in the last 2.5 years? As we know, bar and club completely shut down. We don't know actually exactly what is the status now. Can you fully open? Can you not open? So share with us more about the night scene.
Okay. I mean, honestly, we all know that the industry was quite bad, right? I mean, everyone was affected during the MCO period. Of course, entertainment live was the worst, I would say. That was the last thing that was reopened back after the announcement from the government and so on. So for club scene, we officially were allowed to open in May 2021. So that was in May. But we did a relaunch of opening in June this year. Of course, by having everyone is like, waiting for a opening, right? They miss clubs, Everyone is like looking forward to go to a nightclub.
Yeah.
The ones who just turned 21, for example, right? The younger ones, they are the ones like in the front there, during the day opening, that never been to a club, because you got a minimum age requirement as well. So club scene was definitely been very quiet during the MCO. Everyone was challenged, in terms of the downside of it. Yeah. But during that period as well, we did a lot of social connections through our social platform,
right,
where we keep connected to our DJs, our performers, or whatever not, sound guys and all that.
Right. So, I mean, there were constant engagement in that sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys were completely shut. From the lockdown all the way to when did you actually open?
The whole resort was shut down actually. Resorts World was shut down.
Yeah.
But there were a few restaurants, which is allowed when the allowance was given to operate. Yeah, that was the only ones running.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then bit by bit, we operate, reopening back again.
Okay. So how did you keep the team together? How do you keep everyone together? My God, you guys, you're talking about, we always talk about resilience and, spa, hospitality, tourism, clubs, nightclubs, and bars. I mean, it's I cannot imagine, how tough it has been for you all.
It just can't describe how tough it was, but honestly, it was very, very tough, But keeping the team together, there were a lot of period, I would say that it was hard, difficult, but at the same time, we overcome the situation, and we were all excited when the announcement was made, when the reopening of the industry, Of course, we know that international tourists was not allowed, just local traveling. But these are all benefits for us to also oversee how we can do better.
Yeah.
How we can work on different mood of marketing, people, and different ways of bringing up people to the resort as well. Yeah. So a lot of learning curve, I would say.
Yes, there's always learnings anyway, right? I mean, during opportunities, during crisis, there's always learnings. Yeah. So, but definitely before we get Lawrence to tell us about Zouk Club and RedTail, I'd like to congratulate you and your team for, of course, Zouk Club and RedTail for being nominated for the HAPA Awards Malaysia Series 2022-2023.
Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah, well-deserved time for them to come up and shine. Okay.
Thanks.
So we want to know more about Zouk Club and RedTail. So let's start with Zouk Club. Yeah. Okay. So tell us about the Zouk Club up in Resorts World Genting. What's different before and after? Okay. What has changed? And of course, we all know, right? I mean, customer behavior has changed, and the clubbing scene has changed. How has it been? And what's different about Zouk Club today, in order to stay relevant and of course, serving the market as it is? Yeah.
So to start with Zouk, actually, so Zouk is a well-known international brand. Recently, we just reopened a new flagship venue in US, in Las Vegas, actually. So our brand has globally expanded. Of course, the pioneer of Zouk is established in Singapore.
Yeah.
Then we brought to KL for time being, and then now in Genting. So Zouk Malaysia is still alive. The brand is quite alive. It's a venue that we bring in a lot of international acts, DJs. Locally as well, we do support a lot of local DJs to come and show their talents.
Good.
Remarkably,
That's
they're
nice.
all amazing. So local talents is also one of the key engagements that we look into. During the period of reopening, club-wise, we still call ourselves Zouk, one of the best Asian club in Asia.
Right.
With lots of awards been given globally, and also the group within Southeast Asia. Of course, Singapore being our global HQ itself. So that is with Zouk. Also, Zouk Genting is quite unique. I would say it's a very destinational sport, right? So for you to club, you have to like maybe drive from KL or wherever you want to go, right? Or some might feel the resistance of a difficulty of going up to Genting, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it's about 35-40 minutes from KL drive. Rooms are available, hotel rooms. You have different categories of rooms, 5-star properties, Crawford hotels, many more resort rooms is available. Of course, the club scene is also interesting. Currently, we only operate weekly. On a Saturday, we have 2 rooms in Zouk, which is the Empire. Used to be a hip-hop kind of music brand. Now we do more EDM music.
Right.
Then we also bring in the main room act when we have a bigger DJ act as well.
Right.
So these are the 2 things that happens on a Saturday.
On a
so
Saturday.
That's Zouk.
Okay. And what about RedTail?
RedTail is quite unique, I would say. It's a very...
What is a gaming bar? What is
it is a very sport gaming bar. Not the casino gaming, but it's more fun gaming for the lifestyle. I wouldn't want to say teenage. Everyone is welcome. It's very family focused venue. So you got the young ones, the mid-range. Anybody's welcome to RedTail. So RedTail as well is
But you have
quite
an
unique.
age limit though. No?
Normally after 10 p.m. we try to refrain kids or kids to come into the venue. But during the daytime, yes, we do allow.
Okay.
Yep. So RedTail as well has a few different elements. Our unique point is the giant beer pong. We have big giant beer pong where people get to get along, get along with friends, family, group of people coming in to have small celebration, bachelor parties, so on and so forth. The brand as well has a big venue. On weekends, we have DJs, good music, good lightings as well. Sub to RedTail, we also have a RedTail karaoke. So we do have a 6-room karaoke that also operates daily. They encourage guests to also have their private time, in terms of having a small group. Not about only alcohol, it's also a non-alcohol venue where we also cater to every client type of guests, actually. So we have that spot as well.
I see. So what's the demographic now for RedTail? Are there a lot of family members coming? A lot of family groups coming?
On weekdays, yes, we do get. Weekends is still the crowd of the youngsters, I would call them. They just love to come there, having. It has great cocktails. We do a lot of beers. Of course, non-alcohol options are huge. We have a lot of varieties there as well.
Right.
We have shooter styles, on non-alcohol beverages as well.
Nice.
So this is also to encourage and quite friendly environment for everybody to enjoy the venue.
Right. So now both Zouk Club and RedTail, they're fully open, right?
Fully open,
Fully
yes.
open. And you were saying, okay, so both what days? So you open on which days for Zouk Club and which days for RedTail?
For Zouk, this year around, we're only opening on Saturdays, every Saturdays. However, for next year, we're trying to expand to open up most of the weekends, actually, either Friday and Saturday. RedTail is open.
So weekdays you don't have Zouk Club. It's not. You don't
operate.
Okay, you don't operate on weekdays. You only operate on weekends, right? And RedTail?
RedTail we open daily. Daily we open from 6 p.m. till 2 a.m.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. So it's like a restaurant and bar then.
Yeah, it's very much like a sports bar, a very not classic pub style. It's very modern, I would say, very colorful. Of course, RedTail, very red, right? So we have our Xiao Hong, our mascot, our icon for RedTail as well. So it's pretty much very friendly. I would say very relaxed mood, During the day, you can just play a beer pong. You can have some light snacks, just simple bites you want.
Right.
Or if you feel like just going to sing, you can book the karaoke room. And then if it's a Saturday, pre-party in RedTail, then you go to Zouk for your nightlife scene.
Right,
Yes.
I think, yeah. And food menu, is it a full-fledged food menu or is just bar snacks?
It's a bar snack, actually.
Right.
More
And
bites or snacks. Easy to eat food, I would say.
Easy to eat food, right? Okay, so let's talk about the clubbing scene, right? And what has changed? I mean, we heard about this funny part where you have even back then, during the lockdown, say, maybe we have some boxes and people can stand in the boxes to club and to dance. So it's really, we are quite unclear on what actually is the clubbing scene right now moving forward.
Okay.
What are the rules? I mean, what's really happening in the clubbing scene?
I mean, the allowance was somewhere in May, I think, this year. We reopened back for relaunch Zouk party on June. Then continuously we open every Saturdays. But going back to SOPs, there were SOPs still in place. Clients, guests are required to do their saliva tests, right?
Okay.
To enter to a club.
At the entrance?
At the entrance. So
Okay.
we do have a dedicated spot for them to do it.
Right.
They just have to flash the picture of the saliva test kit to the security.
Right.
Definitely they need to be above 21 to get into a club. Of course, dress code policies and other SOPs applies.
Yeah.
But I don't see any changes in terms of government SOPs yet. So
Okay.
for us in Zouk, we follow the procedures and processes of entry into a club.
Right. Okay. So that
But there's no more yellow boxes.
No
There's no more yellow boxes. Yeah.
I know
No
we
yellow
were like,
boxes.
there's it was such a funny thing, and people talking about, how it was like in Singapore. You have yellow boxes where you stand, and that's where you can smoke, and outside the box. And we were figuring out, so how does that work for some, for a club, people dancing, and but how do you see the clubbing scene moving forward? What trends, what will change, not just here in Malaysia, but internationally. What kind of trends are we looking at?
I think clubbing scene will be definitely alive. It will not be, silent off or whatever. There's always the generation that comes in, right? Always someone when they turn to 21, the first thing is, I want to go to a club, I want to experience club,
Yeah.
So lately we've been seeing a lot of young adults, right? Coming to a club, enjoying music. Yeah, it's not about alcohol actually, it's about music. And listening to different type of genre music as well. So looking at internationally with us globally, Zouk has expanded to US and Vegas.
Right.
Of course, Singapore. We do have good connection to bring in international act as well. So recently in Singapore, we have the Zouk Out as well. Zouk Out was a very successful event. It was pretty much a huge crowd. We had about almost 15,000 attendees for that. It was just early December actually.
Right.
So looking at all this programming that we have, of course 2023 as well, we have set a lot of targets. We want to make the club scene different. There are a lot of things are in plan. We also have a new opening club as well, which will be announced somewhere in Asia as well.
Okay.
So these are all these new things that is going to happen. So this brand being the number one in Asia, of course now in US as well, we want to maintain. There's a lot of competitors around, definitely. There's a lot of clubs in KL as well, in Klang Valley. There's a lot of clubs opening as well. But we want to make sure we maintain the experience. And our tagline, we always make it as we call it an experience maker. Right? So we want to make sure that this is always maintained, that every guest that comes to a club experience different in Zouk.
And that's where, so that's where I want to talk about as well. We're into a lot of hospitality, as we know that, whether it's F&B, dining experience, stay experience, everything is about the experience, about guest journey, customer journey. What kind of USP will be introduced in customer experience as far as Zouk is concerned and RedTail is concerned in 2023? What can the customers, whether they've been to Zouk or not, they haven't been to Zouk, what can they expect? What sort of experience? I mean, based on your tagline, right? It's all about experience. Yep. So how different would be?
I think it all starts from the time they do the online booking, the process of it until they leave the venue, right? So all this plays an important role actually. So the process of booking online, nowadays things are done very digital.
Yeah.
You can go to our platform, just few clicks, you get your table booked, you get your package being sorted out,
Right.
and also upon arrival, of course, based on categories, right? You have general admin, you have table premium VIP packages and so on. So every category has its own uniqueness of experience as well, right? So that comes with the package that is sold. So when you're at the venue as well, that experience that you want to have is always a good club experience. You just want to leave the night saying that, oh, you know what, the service was bad, it was slow, I had to wait for some time to get drinks being delivered. But all of this experience can only happen when we have good service personnel,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So a little bit about finding the right people for the right job. So this is also quite challenging.
Yes.
Honestly, it's very challenging to find the right people. I mean, like nowadays, to find a good service personnel is different from those days. Not saying that the younger ones don't want to, but it's just about the passion, There are a lot of people who are very passionate about this industry. Just have to find the right ones.
Right. So that was the other thing that I wanted to ask you. I mean, how do you cope with talent management? I mean, talent, manpower. I call them unsung heroes. They're all very talented, but we are facing a shortage. We are facing a huge shortage, for talent and manpower in the F&B and hospitality industry. So how is Zouk and RedTail coping with that? And especially up in Genting, is that even more difficult?
I would say it is. Yeah, we used to have a lot of good talents as well. Of course, it all depends to what the package is for them to get in. Some would prefer to move internationally, moving abroad to Singapore for better opportunity.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunities everywhere actually. So, but since the market has been open, right, after the MCO period, there was really major shortage in terms of manpower, I would say.
Yeah.
But along the way now, almost December, right? So we managed to find some good ones, to maintain them, to have them be on board. Of course, we look after them pretty well, to make sure that they're also happy doing what they're doing actually. Yep.
And are they locals, or is it easy to get local talent, or it has to be also internationally?
We also have an international support as well. Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay. So I also would like to know about the brand vision of RedTail. I mean, Zouk, we know that now it has gone international, right? It's gone to Vegas now. What about RedTail? What's the brand vision? For RedTail?
It is as well. For RedTail, most of our brands, right? So Zouk has always been known as a nightclub experience. Along the period of prior to MCO and that time, we also look at moving the brand to a lifestyle brand. So that's why we have brought up new venues as well. IU is one of our new venues. We can chat about it.
Right.
But RedTail as well has quite a good venue. We also have Fuhu, our restaurant, Asian vibe dining, very modern Asian cuisine. So these are quite of the venues that we have in terms of lifestyle brands. So we don't want to call ourselves as a nightclub. We call ourselves as a lifestyle brand.
Right. So you're going to move along into not just club,
Yes.
clubbing scene sort of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the way you think, the club scene should be moving towards, where it has more lifestyle to it, it could be the fashion thing, could be, like you say, the gaming thing.
Yep.
Would that be the direction you think the club scene would be moving along?
Wouldn't want to categorize it generally, but everyone runs it quite differently, right?
Yeah.
So for us, in terms of Zouk branding wise, we look at a lot of opportunity. I think F&B itself is quite a business that can be developed variously. We have coffee business, probably, a new brand called Chicky Grind as well, developed in Awana. It's quite diverse, I would say, but it all depends on how the operator or owners would like to have it, right?
Isn't it? Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it, to see how, clubs and the clubbing scene, moves towards a more lifestyle manner and, new things coming along. And, we never know. These guys are very creative, isn't it? Yeah. So definitely something we'll look out for. Okay, so Christmas, New Year, Chinese New Year, I'm sure there are going to be lots of happenings and events and activities. So as usual, or what's going to be new coming along?
Plenty of activations taking place in December. We have Christmas activation. We have our New Year countdown party, which is on the 31st at Zouk Main Room. So yeah, book your tickets online. There's a lot of new happening things. International act is coming in as well. Along the way as well, not only Christmas and New Year, we have programmed quite a good Q1 and Q2 2023 act as well.
Yeah, that's why we wanna still get some info out of Lawrence. I was gonna ask you last question.
Just follow us on social media.
We'll get him to give us some tips right here on HAPA TV. So tell us a few. What's in the pipeline for 2023? Share a little bit with us.
I mean, not that I don't want to share yet, but we are in the process of doing engagement, right? So, but a lot of interesting things are about to happen.
Right,
Yes.
more entertainment stuff.
A lot more things happening. And yes, we want you guys to come up to Resort World Genting to experience not only club scene as well. We have huge opportunities in Genting. We have the great theme park over there, the Sky Worlds. Accommodation rooms are amazing. So it's quite of a good overall experience.
Very good
mix for
experience.
family, kids. Everything is there. Even you play golf in Awana, you can play golf.
Yes, that's
So
right.
it's
Now
quite interesting.
the awareness open up, and you have an outlet there as well. So we're gonna of course find out more about IU, right, in the next episode. But so. It's really interesting to be able to look at, Genting, Resorts World Genting as a whole lifestyle, and, through lifestyle experiences where you have, dining, clubbing, stay experience, shopping experience. Wow, it's like
outlet as well.
Yes, it's like a Genting city by itself, and for sure, if you haven't been to RedTail, bring your family members there, book a karaoke room and, enjoy time. I mean, these are things that we never thought about, or going to a bar with our family, but I'm really glad to hear that you all are actually opening up to invite more family time in the bar, having that. Yeah, nice. Well, definitely lots more like what Lawrence say. Follow them, on their social media.
Yes.
Right? And check out all the things that's happening, entertainment and what's new, and of course all their activities and promotions coming up, for Christmas, New Year, Chinese New Year in 2023. Yeah. So thank you very much, Lawrence, for being here. Thank you for, sharing with us on what's really happening. Yeah. And congratulations once again, to Zouk Club and RedTail for being nominated in the HAPA Awards. And I'll definitely see you up there.
Yep.
If not, then on the red carpet.
Yes, definitely.
So thanks very much, and see you at the next episode.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. That's Lawrence Paul, Assistant General Manager of Zouk Club and RedTail at Resorts World Genting. See you soon.